You guys. I don't even know how to explain what happened that night. Like, it didn't feel real. It didn't feel like a concert anymore. It felt like something shifted in the air the second he stepped forward, and suddenly, everyone in that stadium knew something was about to happen. Because the moment he appeared, everything changed. The lights were still moving, the music was still building, the crowd was already loud, but then he walked out, and it was like the entire atmosphere just snapped into focus. You could feel it. Not just hear it, feel it. That energy? It wasn't normal. It wasn't just excitement. It was something deeper. Something electric. And honestly, can we talk about that first look? That first glance he gave the crowd, it wasn't rushed, it wasn't forced. It was slow. Intentional. Like he was taking in every single person in that stadium. And the way the lights hit his face, soft at first, almost gentle, and then suddenly sharp, dramatic, it made everything about him stand out. His eyes. His expression. That calm confidence. How does he even do that? How does someone just stand there and somehow command tens of thousands of people without saying a word? Because that's exactly what happened. The screams didn't just get louder, they changed. There was something almost desperate in them. Like people weren't just cheering anymore, they were reacting. Like they were witnessing something they didn't expect to feel so deeply. And that's when you realize. This isn't just another performance. This is his moment. And you can feel it building. The music starts to rise, slowly, like a heartbeat getting stronger. And he hasn't even done anything big yet. No dramatic moves, no explosive choreography. Just presence. Just the way he moves, the way he breathes, the way he lets the moment stretch just enough to make you lean in. You guys, do you remember that part where he slightly tilted his head and smiled? Not a big smile. Not a performance smile. Just a small, almost shy curve of his lips, and somehow that one tiny expression hit harder than any high note could. People lost it. Completely lost it. And here's the thing, this is where it gets even crazier. Because just when you think, okay, this is already unforgettable, he switches. Like, completely. The music drops, the lights shift, and suddenly the softness is gone. That delicate, almost fragile aura? It transforms into something powerful. Sharp. Intense. His movements become stronger, faster, more precise, and it's like watching two different people in the same body. How is that even possible? 1 second, he's this gentle, almost untouchable presence, and the next, he's commanding the stage like he owns every inch of it. And the crowd. They couldn't keep up. The energy just kept rising. Every step he took, every turn, every flick of his hand, it felt intentional. It felt controlled. And yet somehow, completely free at the same time. And then, there's that moment. You know the one. The one people are still talking about. But what's crazy is, it didn't happen all at once. It built up. Slowly. Painfully slow. He walks across the stage, and for a second, everything feels almost quiet. Not literally, of course, the crowd is still screaming, but emotionally. There's this pause. This tension. Like everyone is holding their breath without realizing it. And he looks out again. This time, it's different. There's something in his eyes. Something heavier. Something real. And you can't look away. Because it doesn't feel like he's performing anymore. It feels like he's feeling something. And somehow, everyone in that stadium feels it too. Isn't that insane? How one person can create a moment so powerful that thousands of people feel connected at the exact same time. And then, just when you think it can't get more intense, it does. The beat drops again, harder this time, louder, deeper, and he moves with it like it's part of him. Like the music isn't guiding him, he's guiding the music. Every move hits perfectly. Every expression lands. And the crowd. They're not just cheering anymore. They're watching. Like they don't want to miss a single second. Because something about this feels rare, special, unrepeatable. And honestly, can we talk about how the entire stadium seemed to revolve around him at that point? Like, even when other things were happening on stage, your eyes just kept going back to him. You didn't even try, it just happened. That's not normal. That's not something you can fake. That's presence. That's charisma. That's something you either have, or you don't. And that night? He had all of it. But wait, because this is where it gets even more emotional. There's a moment, small, almost easy to miss, where he just stops. Not completely, but enough. And he looks out at the crowd again. This time, there's no intensity. No power. Just softness. And you can see it. You can actually see the way his expression changes. The way his shoulders relax slightly. The way his breathing slows down. And for a second, it feels like everything else fades away. It's just him. And the fans. And this quiet, invisible connection between them. You guys, did you feel that too? Because it didn't feel like a performance anymore. It felt like a conversation. Like he was saying something without words. Like he was sharing something real. And the crowd responded instantly. The screams softened, not quieter, but different. Warmer. Fuller. Like people weren't just excited anymore, they were emotional. And that's when it hits you. This isn't just about popularity. This isn't just about who gets the loudest cheers. This is about connection. And in that moment, he had everyone. Completely. And then, just when you think that's the peak, he does something else. Something small. But unforgettable. He laughs. Just a quick, genuine laugh, like he's overwhelmed, like he didn't expect this reaction, like he's just taking it all in. And somehow, that moment hits harder than anything else. Because it's real. It's not choreographed. It's not planned. It's just him being human. And that's what makes it so powerful. That's what makes people fall even more. Because behind all the perfection, all the performance, all the intensity, there's him. And you can see it. Clear as day. And honestly, how do you recover from that? How do you go back to just watching a concert after feeling something like that? Because that night in Tampa, it wasn't just about music. It wasn't just about choreography. It wasn't just about visuals or stage presence. It was something deeper. Something you can't really explain unless you were there, or unless you felt it through moments like this. And the craziest part? It didn't feel like he was trying to be the most popular. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel calculated. It just happened. Naturally. Effortlessly. Like the entire stadium just gravitated toward him without even thinking about it. And you sit there, watching it unfold, thinking, how is this real? How is one person able to do this? How does he make it look so easy, when it clearly isn't? And just when you think you've seen everything, there's still more. Because that night wasn't just one moment. It was a series of moments. Each one building on the last. Each one pulling you in deeper. And just when you think you've caught your breath, he gives you another reason to lose it again.